Modern garden design, artistic chaos or design. When it comes to designing a garden, there are two different philosophies about how to do it. But both philosophies can truly be considered art. One might be called art by design. This is when someone envisions their completed garden in their mind. They can see where they will place plants, fountains, and statues. They can see the colors of the plants and flowers. They know exactly where everything will be and how it will look when it is done. The other philosophy might be considered artistic chaos. It involves creating a garden without a preconceived plan in mind. Some consider this more of a modern garden design. Yet modern garden design really can be either or both. Free-form, unstructured design that is somewhat chaotic is modern garden design. It is similar to modern art where an artist paints whatever comes to mind in a completely unstructured, somewhat chaotic way. Yet, modern garden design can also be carefully planned. Or there may be elements of both in your modern garden. Today there are a great number of different plants and flowers and accessories you can incorporate into your garden to make it your own. These days the world is a much smaller place than it used to be. We can communicate with people around the world almost instantaneously. You can purchase things from anywhere in the world and have them shipped to you, and it's not as expensive as it once was. So you can now select plants that are native to many other areas of the world to include in your contemporary or modern garden design, as well as local species. While some plants are not native to your area, you may find they can thrive in your environment nonetheless. Before you consider purchasing and importing exotic plants, you should research the type of climate, temperatures, and growing season the plant thrives in before making the investment. But you may be surprised to learn that some of the plants readily available in your local stores today were thought of as exotic only 20 or 30 years ago. Another great innovation that provides greater flexibility in contemporary garden design is the sprinkler systems you can have installed these days. You can set these sprinklers on timers, control the amount of water that will be dispensed, and in so doing, you can almost simulate the native environment that a plant is accustomed to. This provides you with additional options not previously available. Greenhouses can be designed to regulate the humidity level for your plants. Soils of all qualities and types can be brought in from other areas. Many other things can also be cultivated to create the perfect environment for the modern garden design you desire. Contemporary garden design often includes much more than plants and flowers. Typical home gardens in the not-too-distant past usually only included a handful of gnomes and a bird bath. Today gardens often incorporate beautiful and artistic elements that may be exotic, domestic, or both according to each person's personal taste. The internet is one more way many things in the world have become more accessible to all of us. This is one of the reasons today's contemporary garden design can incorporate so many more options than ever before. A simple online search on the phrase garden sculpture or garden statue will generate more than 5,000 different options. Locally, you could probably only find a couple of dozen different statues or sculptures to choose from. In addition to sculptures and statues, you'll also find gazing balls, decorative garden stones, holiday decor, and much more. And if you like them, you'll also find pink plastic flamingos and colorful garden gnomes as well. Whether you prefer the contemporary garden design with modern decor or retro-style garden accessories like these, there is so much to choose from these days that you are bound to find something you will love. Just by looking at a person's garden, you can tell a great deal about that person's interests and personality. Contemporary garden design is all about creating a garden that expresses your individual taste. regardless of whether you prefer a structured, planned design or a more chaotic expression of